Welcome back, guys. I know we're a couple minutes early today. How's everybody doing this week?
Hey, if there's another storm and my power goes out,
no, that's actually something else I wanted to bring.
That's serious. It's storming outside right now, thunder and lightning and all that stuff.
I got a lot of lightning and I got a lot of stuff like that on my end also. So I just wanted to, before we get into it, I have a message from our benefactor, my personal friend, sometimes I like to call him a mentor, but Mr. Simons from Simons International. Now he doesn't have a video. He's been working very, very hard in Cancun this week, so he hasn't been available. Real big case, can't really talk about it. But as everybody can see, is that we're dressed down, and Mr. Simons he's compromised with us, and as long as our attire is show appropriate moving forward, he's okay with it. So like Todd, that shirt actually works. You're actually in compliance with the dress code. Congratulations, Todd. I'm so happy that you're finally on board with this.
I just like this shirt.
I know, Todd, I understand like you had some issues in the beginning, but now that you're on board with the dress code, I feel like moving forward, we're going to be great, okay?
Does that make it inappropriate?
No, that makes it way worse.
Yeah, no, that's great. So just Garrett, Drew, you guys can either back to your nice clothing or, and if there's a game going on currently, Drew, you're more than welcome. That's part of the dress code.
This is thematically the same state. So
exactly, I get it. So you're within your rights. Now, okay. Todd, how's your week been, buddy?
It's all right. I'm tired. I've been up since like 3:15. I'm high as shit.
And I personally, I want to take the time and I want to shout out a member of our viewership who is no longer with us, and that is my dog BB. Oh. She's no longer here. She went over the big border in the sky yesterday. She was a Chihuahua. She was Mexican. That's where that joke played in, guys.
Okay, I have two Chihuahuas.
There you go. But yep. So if I start crying uncontrollably, it won't happen. But that's what's going on there. It's a very emotional time for me and my family.
That definitely sucks. I'm sorry, bud.
No, I'm kind of making a joke of it. That's how I deal. But Todd, you want to kick off? We're gonna go to a spotlight of Todd and his beautiful face. There he is. Hey, Todd, everybody say hi to Todd.
Hi, Todd.
Hi, everybody. Hello.
Todd, you had a question for all of us this week, huh?
So, I follow like one wrestling page and then 18 other ones show up. And this person had put something that I felt was very near and dear to me. And I think you guys will agree. So they put, I asked Chat GPT to burn Charlotte Flair in a promo. And this is what it came up with.
I saw this online, bro. And I wish this was a fucking go. Kill it, Todd.
Yeah. So here we go. Charlotte Flair, the self-proclaimed queen, the 10-time, 12-time, who even knows how many times women's champion. You know why no one keeps count, Charlotte? Because none of them meant a damn thing. You didn't earn your throne, you inherited it. You rode your daddy's name straight up to the top like a trust fund kid in a wrestling ring. Ric Flair bled for this business. You just bled your opponents dry of opportunities they actually deserved. Every time a woman starts to rise, there you are, backstage, whining to management, flexing your last name like it's a golden ticket. Your legacy isn't about greatness, it's about gatekeeping. You say you're genetically superior, but the only thing in your DNA is entitlement. You've been handed more title shots than half the roster has had matches. And when you're not holding the belt, you're holding up the division, sucking the oxygen out of every storyline with that Botox sneer and cardboard charisma.
Wow.
Yo.
You walk around like you're women's wrestling, but honey, the game moved on. So cool. Becky made it real. Bayley made it heart. Rhea's making it terrifying. And you just made it boring. So stay in your palace, Queen. Keep polishing your dusty crown and counting your recycled reigns, because out here where hunger matters more than heritage, your kingdom's crumbling.
That's awesome.
Dude, ChatGPT is savage, dude.
Dude, that was fucking, I started reading it and I'm like, oh, I gotta send this in the fucking chat. And then I'm like, no. I'm gonna have them remind me to read it, and none of you fucking remembered.
Sorry.
You remembered, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, the person
That's
remembered.
the shocking part.
Isn't it weird? Like, did anybody else
fuck Charlotte Flair? She sucks.
Yeah, but in the middle of her run, though, when it was like the 4 horsewomen, like she was this. I think she was the standout best until Becky became the man, right? So, like, isn't it weird that Charlotte was so good, and now, like, at one point she was my favorite. So, but now I'm like, I don't care, and you're not earning anything. Like you did do a lot of work, but that's been gone for years at this point.
The work and the name, maybe she got complacent, but I mean, yeah, that's the only thing. I think you're right.
It's just weird, and I don't want to seem like how John Cena is talking about, like you turn on us at the drop of a hat if we did it, but different. Like this is different. This has been years of her kind of the same character. Nothing's changed. I'm the queen. I'm Charlotte Flair. Give me everything.
Yeah, because John's still about business.
And that's the thing. Like, John has always kind of stayed relevant, whether it be in pop culture or making sporadic appearances, whether it be all the stuff he does outside with the Children's Hospital, the Wounded Warriors, all that stuff. John always stays relevant in the news. John is one of those guys that has surpassed wrestling. Charlotte has not surpassed wrestling. Charlotte is only relevant in the wrestling world, in our circle. So when Charlotte's gone for a year and a half, and has done nothing, but we occasionally get a TMZ or a WrestleFeed report that, oh, look, her and Andrade are getting divorced, or, oh, look, her dad's a drunk fucking fool now. Like, she hasn't stayed relevant for us. And while she did so much in the beginning with the 4 horsewomen, she probably, in my opinion, has done the least long term for the women's division. She hasn't done anything really. Like, she made it relevant. She was a true athlete who came over to WWE and did her thing, and it was great. But she really has just lived off her father's name, off his reputation. And while she is a top tier superstar, she hasn't done anything. Go ahead, Drew.
She's not on the island of relevancy.
That would be.
I feel like she's more of an. I feel like she's more of an Epstein Island kind of person.
Ooh.
No? Too soon? Too soon?
No, not soon enough.
Yeah, you know why that's different? Because do you know what the wind sounds like on that island?
Oh boy. Now let me see it again.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, so with that being said, we wasted too much time on Charlotte Flair. Let's get into
Dude, everybody wastes time on Charlotte Flair.
All right, SmackDown shit
Is that
talk.
chat
Brought
GPT?
to you,
Oh no, it's just Todd.
Brought to you by Joe's Buds. What's the address there, Todd, on Onondaga Boulevard?
4658. There was a 5 in there.
4658 Onondaga Boulevard, Syracuse, New York.
Next to Wegmans, near Liz Blizzard.
Your fine THC products.
Lizards.
Whether you vape it, whether you smoke it, you eat it, you drink it. Maybe you take a THC enema to get you cleared out before you go to bed at night. Who knows? Your business, not mine. But when you're getting the need, go out there. Go see Joe's Buds. All right. So this past week at SmackDown, it was Friday, May 2nd. And we were in Des Moines, Iowa. Oh, we're in Drew's part of the world-ish. The show kicked off with Damian Priest getting a little bit of an altercation with Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. As LA Knight walked past the scuffle and out into the arena. Knight, it was funny how he kind of walked by too. And Knight gave a promo in the ring demanding a rematch for his U.S. Championship. But now he's involved in a number one contender match with Damian Priest tonight. He's interrupted by Priest, who says they don't have a problem, and then the match last week was Drew McIntyre's fault. Things start to get heated in the ring as Priest tells Knight he'd still be champion if he didn't have his head up his ass. Knight says if he keeps it up, he'll put his foot up his. Priest demands the match start now. Knight agrees. The match begins. I hate Damian Priest, guys. I just
what? I like Damian Priest.
We'll not talk about him later. Solo interrupts the match and tries to spike LA Knight, but Damian stops him with a punch, and Knight gives him a BTF. The Samoan werewolf appears and attacks both Knight and Priest, giving a running hip attack to Priest. Joe Tessitore recaps the debut of Fraxium on the main roster. Our good old friend Byron Saxon interviews them backstage ahead of their match with Pretty Deadly. These are two of the worst names in WWE right now. I'm just saying.
What was the first one?
Fraxium.
Yeah.
B-Fab and Michin are backstage with Nick Aldis and wants to set up a tag match with Liv and Raquel. Chelsea appears dressed in all black, claiming collusion. Chelsea says Aldis isn't from here, and he reminds her and her secret Hervis are all not from here either. Green demands a rematch with Zelina, but not tonight, and Vega is facing Piper. Promo backstage for John and Randy's 25-year history together, recapping their match from TLC from 2013. I can't believe it's been like 14, 12 years ago. Holy shit. Nia comes to a ring addressing the crowd after her attack on Tiffy. Tiffy interrupted the segment. Stratton says she'll take on Jax anytime, anywhere. Dude, I'm digging Tiffy. Tiffy's crushing it.
Yeah.
Naomi appeared and said they made her life hell, and that she's the one who's chained. Jade shows up and chases Naomi into the ring, and a brawl ensues between all four women. Aldis sets up a tag match between Jade and Stratton against Jax and Naomi. A promo recapping Aleister's return ahead of his match with The Miz. Santos Escobar is backstage with Rey Fenix and tells him that his match at WrestleMania 41 was embarrassing because he lost to the greatest luchador of all time. Phoenix challenges him to a match in the ring tonight. Zelina faces off against Piper. And Piper is defeated by Zelina via pinfall. Then we had, let's see. Aldis is shown backstage with Jacob and Solo, scolding them about getting involved in all their matches. Aldis then informs Fatu that he's facing both Priest and Knight in a triple threat at Backlash. But Solo reminds him that Drew won the number one contender match, and Aldis makes it a fatal four-way to add McIntyre. Randy comes over and cuts a promo on John. Orton says Cena wants to make sure that the fans love him more than you already do with all the merchandise he puts out every time he's in their city. Orton says selling his soul isn't a new concept to Cena, as he's been doing it for 20 years. 20 fucking years, man. And while Randy tells him he's got to hustle, he won't give him the loyalty or respect.
Oh, burn.
He's not giving him this. He's giving him this. He's giving him. Oh, Randy. Oh, you're nasty, buddy. Oh. Orton says that Cena will not erase his family from WWE history, and he'll only do it over his dead body. Orton says that Cena isn't the last real champion, But the latest legend he has to put down, the legend killer is back, baby. Woo! And he promises to punt kick his Lego-shaped head so hard that it'll fly off his shoulders and into the gateway arch after dropping him with an RKO. Let's go. I love this version of Randy. Oof. R-Truth confronts Randy in the back and says that Cena's going to beat him. Jimmy Uso gets involved and tells him to stop messing around before Orton punts his head off his shoulders. Truth tells Uso that Cena wouldn't lie to him by telling him he's the last real champion. I love how they are calling back to this whole R-Truth idol and favorite wrestler as a kid was John Cena. It's hysterical. Then we had Rey and Santos Escobar facing off. Rey Fenix wins. Good match. Good quick lucha match. Then we got a recap of last week's TLC match between the Street Profits, Motor City Machine Guns, and DIY. Then we got our main event, Jade and Tiffy versus Naomi and Nia. Jade and Tiffy win via pinfall. And now we can get into a little bit more details, but that is your SmackDown shit talk for this week, guys.
All
Say
right.
his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Cause you love him, love him.
So I forgot to tell you guys, I'm also streaming this live on my Snapchat. Oh, we got three people watching on Snapchat. Welcome to WrestleFandom video, guys.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Go fuck yourself and pay attention. All right, Rusev.
Drew, get it. Yeah, get it, buddy.
Are you ready? Are you ready for the Raw Rundown?
Raw was so hot this week, I got to turn on my fan. Oh, yeah. Ooh. This week, we were live from Omaha, Nebraska. The Buckeyes routinely kick their ass every year that they play. Then, starting off with Jey Uso, and not long before Paul Heyman interrupts, I mean, like, literally not long at all, and I feel like this is a theme on Jey Uso's run. Doing his best Braun Breaker impersonation, looking tanner than a carrot. Paul Heyman is right. Seth and Jade tonight for the World Heavyweight title match. It's a trap. Oh, my God. They set it up. The backstage segment was almost horrible because Braun Breaker doesn't know how to cut one yet. So Paul Heyman, being the GOAT that he is, didn't let him talk. Then we had Penta versus JD McDougal's. Judgment Day was caught helping JD and sent to the back. Enter Chad Gable. JD misses a massive moonsault. I mean massive. And gets a Mexican Destroyer and pinned for his troubles. Austin Theory versus mystery opponent. Not going to lie. Super let down by the mystery opponent. Sorry, Sheamus. I apologize. You can still kick my ass. I respect you for getting in the ring and doing everything you've done. But sorry. That was flat. That fell flat. And Austin Theory had to sell his butt off to make it seem like he was pissed at his Australian friend or whoever. They're not going to be together much longer, I hope. What are they doing to my guy, Austin Theory, future heavyweight champ? Like, what are we doing with that? Come on.
A-Town down, buddy. A-Town down.
Yeah.
He goes down on dudes.
Yeah, maybe. That's okay. I'm not going to get sad. Continuous slow implosion of Judgment Day continues. Then we had the New Day playing up heels, trying to duck War Raiders and let American Made take care of their business. Next week on Raw, they're facing each other off, and they don't have to wrestle for the belts yet. Becky out here saying garbage 100 times. Did you hear anything from that promo other than garbage and recycling? Like, get over it. Is WWE going green? I don't know. Then we got both Irish women out here measuring their slongs. What are we doing? Come on, can you just fight already? And then they did. Oh, also, Lyra, could you dye your hair red? You're on the red brand, not the blue brand, okay?
No, we don't need two Irish chicks with red hair. Come on.
Yes, we do. It's Rock. Come on. Then we had EO versus... Excuse me. Then we had EO versus Roxanne Perez. EO in red, as God herself intended, Io was put there doing her best Chad Gable impersonation with the German suplexes. She literally suplexed Roxanne Perez, tried to go for a second one. It got blocked, but I was going to be super impressed if they let her do that. And honestly, I think Io could do it. I mean, the women are a little smaller. It's easier. You get what I'm saying. Then we had 5 billion near falls to end the match, which I kind of enjoyed. Then we had the old bait and switch on sportsmanship as Julia Gulia and Perez take out IYO Sky after the match. And then next up we had, well, that's a lot of beef match, or as we like to say, Rusev squash. Happy Rusev Day, everybody.
Happy Rusev Day, everyone.
Happy Rusev Day.
Then Omaha giving Gunther the business of the face-to-face with McAfee, and a couple of things that McAfee said. And by the way, he cut a pretty immaculate promo. The dude missed his calling as a wrestler and unfortunately was a punter. But hey, he got there.
Yeah.
Then he called out.
McAfee is what we want to be.
No doubt. Then we had him call out Dylan Raiola, former Buckeye commit who got beat last year by the Buckeyes in competition, by the way. But I get it because that's where his dad went to school, so that's okay. I'll let that slide. He's all about it. Then nobody beats this town's meat. Moving on. Jay has never beaten Seth one-on-one in competition. Like, when they're throwing these stats out on Raw and SmackDown and everything, I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy.
I love the fact that they are doing that now. Like somebody's keeping track of these fake stats. Like,
oh yeah, it's great. I love it. And then Sammy and Braun getting it on outside, and Braun spears Jay on the outside. Oh no, is the title going to change hands? Not so fast. Best in the world. Okay, so we had a DQ win for Rollins, and then we had another yeet for the good guys. And that was the Raw rundown.
Thank you, Drew.
Apparently, after Raw, fucking Jay got taken out by Logan Paul.
Yeah.
So
something too I think that they didn't show was Karrion Kross's promo, right? Was that during commercial?
It must have been.
Because he was like, he cut a pretty good promo. You need to check it out if you haven't. It was awesome. It was like, this is the guy.
It's nice to see they're finally doing something with Karrion Kross.
Yeah, kind of.
Now, Drew, just imagine this. Rusev, they give him a new manager, all right?
Lana?
And the manager's name is Alexi. The Red Guardian. Can you imagine Alexi as like a wrestler manager?
Who? And I guess it doesn't matter. They get someone to do a bad Russian impersonation, but okay. I feel like they missed the boat. They should have done it already, but I would be on board with that.
Yeah. So just because Thunderbolts is fresh in my head, Red Guardian.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday, check out the first episode of the MCFU podcast. Me and Drew will be giving you our review and some facts about Thunderbolts asterisks. What does the asterisk mean? Doesn't mean
Worst
anything.
kept secret in movie cinema history, almost.
Right. But yeah, so I mean, we'll talk about the Backlash card here in a minute after Garrett gives us a little insight of what's going on elsewhere in professional wrestling.
Elsewhere.
Elsewhere.
Like we're in a weird holding pattern right now because we know, like, we'll talk about it when we get to Backlash. Garrett,
give it to me.
Take us elsewhere in wrestling.
So, in NXT, Joe Hendry showed up again. I guess somebody said his name, right?
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Cause you love him in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico.
So, both North American champs retained. That's Ricky Saints and Sol Roca. Stacks explained that he turned on D'Angelo at Stand and Deliver. Oba Femi was interviewed. The Undertaker showed up and showed off some of his guys from LFG. Ava announced that there's going to be a 25-man battle royal on that. This would be last week's show to so the winner will face Obafemi at Battleground. Andre Chase showed off his first new class. Hank and Tank retained. IYO Sky showed up, and her and Jordan Grace defeated Roxanne Perez and Julia. And on tonight's show, Julia and Jordan Grace will wrestle, and the winner will face Stephanie Vicaire at Battleground.
Ooh.
In AEW, last week's Dynamite, Okada, the Young Bucks, and Ricochet defeated Kenny Omega, Kevin Knight, Mark Briscoe, and Mike Bailey. Shibata, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Samoa Joe defeated Miles Hawkins, Nick Comoroto, and Rhett Titus. Tony Storm defeated Yamashita. Jay Lethal, I love Jay Lethal. I love Jay Lethal forever. He's the best.
You sidetracked me with Jay Lethal. What was the thing you said before that?
Tony Storm?
Tony Storm. Holy crap, the best thing going for AEW, I feel.
Timeless Tony Storm. Killing it.
The only thing I have against Jay Lethal is he's from New Jersey. Other than that man is perfect.
Yeah, other than that, he's perfect. Jay Lethal defeated Nick Wayne, and Adam Page defeated Kyle Fletcher. And then on Collision, Tony Storm yet again wrestled, defeating Lady Frost, who I have met in ICW, and she is a talent. She's an awesome person. I'm glad she got to be on TV and wrestle Tony Storm. Sammy Guevara defeated AR Fox, another awesome, incredible, amazing dude. Kevin Knight and Leo Rush. Daniel Garcia defeated Max Caster, which, I mean, I know they're both, bigger names. I'm so surprised that happened. And then FTR defeated Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, which is such a good tag team. And lastly, in TNA, Trick showed up via video to address Joe Hendry. Mike Santana.
Say his name, man.
Mike Santana, who used to be in AEW and is now in TNA, made quick work of Isaiah Moore. The international champion, Steve Macklin, was attacked by the Northern Armory, which consists of Judas Icarus, Travis Williams, and TNA royalty himself, Eric Young. X Division champ Moose beat Zachary Wentz. Jody Threat defeated Maggie Lee. Indy Hartwell is now a knockout. So that's awesome to see her there because she's cool as hell. Leon Slater defeated Casey Navarro, and tag team champs the Nemesis, both of the Nemesis, and Kaz defeated Joe Hendry and the Hardys after
Say his name, man.
I said it again, didn't I? But yeah, Trick Williams was actually there, and he attacked Joe Hendry.
Say his name, and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
And that is what's going on elsewhere in wrestling.
That is what's going on elsewhere in wrestling. Thank you, Garrett.
So
funny.
Bothers me about AEW is this whole fucking chick that's like with Sasha, because I hate her other name.
Yep.
And like how she has a puppet of her.
Megan,
I mean, she's like, but the fucked up part is like the chick is like really good ventriloquist.
She's super talented.
Also like, but it's like that. It's like, why? Like, why do you need to have somebody with a fucking like puppet? Like, I don't understand. Like, that's a Vince move. Like,
that is such a Vince thing.
That's a wicked Vince move. That was so awful when they made what's her name do that. That was
So I got a quick story. So one of my buddies from work, older guy, he watched WrestleMania this year because he was off.
Okay.
And he's like, I didn't get some of that. He goes, and I go, what do you mean? He goes, like, that weird guy. The weird guy, kind of fruity. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, he came out. He was clapping. And
Aren't they all little fruit?
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yeah, but we all know what you're talking about.
So I said that, and then I started doing it. He goes, I don't get it. And I tried explaining it to him, and it didn't hit. But before we go over the Backlash thing, something that we just kind of glossed over, and I don't know how we fucking forgot about, but we got hit with a bunch of cuts this week, guys.
Oh, yeah.
God,
It's still fresh for me. I don't like talking about people who get impacted at their jobs.
Oh, yeah. That sucks.
Yeah.
The biggest
Strowman.
Strowman and Dakota Kai, I'd have to say, were the two big ones, and Gigi Dolan and Shotzi were pretty big too. But
I
like
enjoyed
Braun,
Shotzi, so I'm a little sad.
Yeah.
Was that tag team Katana and Carter or whatever?
Yeah.
I was not surprised by that. I was like, okay, that makes sense because they didn't do anything.
Really? I actually enjoyed them as a tag team.
I didn't. Their costumes, their outfits matched, so there was that.
I liked Katana, Casey Catanzaro, I think her name is.
Yeah.
He was actually on one of those like competitive, like athlete competitive TV shows or whatever. Like I always liked her. I thought she was great. Braun, it sucks. They missed a chance with him, and he kind of came back at the wrong time, and it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But hopefully they'll all land on their feet, and we'll probably see some of them back probably sooner than later.
Or they'll end up in like TNA.
Right. And now with everybody working together.
Exactly.
So as of right now, we only have 5 matches on the card.
Dude, they're all stacked though.
Right.
Yeah.
So
They've been
this
keeping
is
low.
what I'm going to guess.
Low
This is what
numbers.
I'm going to guess the order of the matches are going to be. All right. I think they'll probably start off with Dominic versus Penta for the IC title.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll probably have, I'll say, Jacob versus LA Knight versus Damian versus Drew.
That makes sense.
Then they'll have Pat McAfee versus Gunther. Then Lyra versus Becky, and we'll end it with John and Randy. That's going to be my guess. So Dominic versus Penta, guys. Who wins? Does Dominic stay? I think this is where we get Dominic go full face. And I think you might have Penta go heel.
I'm going to go with Penta.
I think you're going to have some Ray Phoenix.
Look at me. I'm cool. I'm going to pick the opposite of everybody else.
That's what I do.
Drew picked Ray. Gary picked, or not Ray, Dominic.
No, I'm staying Dom. I think Dom keeps up the heel tactics. I think the girls get involved or something like that, or
No, they're not around.
Carlito, then something funky, but he'll keep it. Honestly, I think he's going to keep it until he's going to get just speared to death by Breaker, so Breaker will get it back.
Right.
At the right time, when he'll hold it until Breaker needs it back for the, for the group.
All right. So what about the Fatal 4-Way, guys? Who do we think that goes? I'm curious about
I think it favors Fatu, as in they keep him protected if he were to lose. So we got Priest and McIntyre in it, and I think that might steal the thunder of the 4-Way. I think it's going to come down to Drew McIntyre or Priest probably.
But what about Knight? Like, Knight is kind of a wild card in it because it's like they want to push him. And they
want to, but they never do. They're like, no, just kidding. Come on back.
But I don't know if they're going to take the belt off of Jacob so quick.
I don't think they will.
I don't think they will. I think he's going to win.
Yeah, I'm going to go Jacob.
What belt changes? Do no belts change then?
No.
Be a bad thing.
It's not a
See,
bad thing.
I can see Becky beating Lyra again.
Oh God, here we go, Charlotte Flair Jr.
Or like, maybe Randy beats John. Like,
Oh my God, and then John wins it again.
yeah, like
He's
John
ruining
becomes an
wrestling.
18-time champ. Can you imagine if he did that?
I have a theory about that. So when we get there, we'll get there. So
Sorry,
we're all
what match
saying
are we on?
Jacob,
I think
Pat
Fatu
McAfee versus
retains.
Gunther. Pat McAfee versus Gunther.
I want McAfee to win, but I mean,
Ragdoll.
it's it's
Do
pretty
they
much
like? Does McAfee pull something out? Because
He
didn't
does something
McAfee
cool,
beat Austin
but he doesn't
Theory?
win.
McAfee beat Austin Theory, didn't he?
he beat Austin Theory, but I think everybody that was kind of expected.
Yo,
Yeah,
I'm going
it's-
McAfee. McAfee wins, but something crazy happens. McAfee wins.
I hope
he
he
beats
does. I
Gunther.
just realistically know it's probably going to be Gunther.
I'm saying McAfee,
Yeah.
and I hope Saturday I can just text you all middle fingers.
Well,
I think
I'll text you
McAfee
Sunday.
needs that. Is going to need that break he needs to take again, whatever it is that he has to do, and they're kayfabing it. So I think he's just going to utterly mercilessly beat the crap out of him, gain even more heat because as much as I love Jey and wanted Jey to win, I don't think that was a smart way for Jey to win, because if you want Gunther to look big and be protected, that was not the way to do it. And I'm not a big Gunther guy, but I also understand what he is to them, and I think they're messing it up. So I think he just handles them, wins, and moves on to something else.
I'm going McAfee. McAfee all day.
Spider in the corner with the 3.
Lyria versus Becky. Beck wins. Fuck it.
I think Becky wins this one. I actually do.
I think
Becky
I
wins.
think Beck's gonna win.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Garrett, are you gonna be the outlier, or are you going Becky?
No, I do. I think she should win it. Actually, no, but I think they're gonna do that.
It'll help
Alright.
build Lyra up, I think.
So, hear me out.
Okay.
So right now, Cena's at 17, Randy's at what, 14?
14.
So they're 3 apart. So if Randy wins and then John wins again, they're still 3 apart. All right. So then Randy, dude, I'm gonna go back to my theory for WrestleMania where it's revealed that Cody was the Rock's guy. Now just fuck it. Every time Cena wrestles
Get right.
somebody else is the Rock's guy. Randy has been working for the Rock this whole time, and now Randy is John's champion. John has to turn face because now I'm stuck in this. Cena has to retire as a face. He has to be a good guy before this is all over. Do I truly think this is going to happen? No, but my vote's going to fucking Randy.
But how fun would it be
It would be awesome.
in a world?
Let's have some fun. Randy fucking Orton. RKO this shit. Punt his fucking Lego head off.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
Alright.
why I don't want Randy to win. Because I'm tired of them playing up.
And it's in St.
In
Louis.
St.
too.
Louis.
It's in St. Louis. Like, if Randy's going to beat John Cena, it's going to be there. But if
I don't
Cena's going to
like
beat Randy, it's going to be there. So it can go either way. They're going to do what they want to do. I don't know.
Yo, get this. This was 6 hours ago. I don't know how I missed it. Sorry to interrupt, but WWE wants to bring back Ronda Rousey.
I read that.
What?
Okay.
I'm with Todd. No.
No, dude, her first run was awesome. I loved her
First run was awesome. Her last run was terrible.
The last
No,
one
I saw
was
her
bad.
last- I was present at her last match, which was god awful.
Yeah. Okay.
Where was
Quote
that
Becky, she's garbage.
Where was her last match at?
Are you guys ready?
Detroit.
Yeah, that makes sense. That checks out.
This is what should happen. Right?
Okay.
Randy. So the match before this is going to be a burner match. However they do it, this will be the match before this will be a killer match.
Yeah.
Because John and Randy are going to wrestle for 5 minutes, and John's going to realize that Randy's going to kick his ass, and just like in 08, he's going to turn but reversed. John's going to turn and slap the ref.
Yeah. It's going to
John's going to turn and slap the ref, get disqualified, just like Randy did to him in 08, and he's ruining wrestling for everybody. It's like, you're going to ruin the main event? Yes, because he told you he's going to ruin it for you.
I'm waiting for him to get a finger poke of doom in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know where or when. I feel like
I fucking love it. I love it, Garrett. You know what, Garrett? I'm going to give you something that I don't think I've ever given you. I'm going to give you this. That's just for you, pal.
Give it to me.
You deserve it, Todd.
Give me all of it.
So that's this week. Mondays, 7 a.m. Todd and Joe morning show. Tuesdays, 8 p.m. live right here. WrestleFandom Radio. Do you have a WrestleFandom After Dark this week on Wednesday, Garrett?
I do not. I had to do some rescheduling.
Wednesday, Garrett's gonna have his spot, or no, what do we call it? Movie Masterpiece Theater.
Coming back
soon. WrestleFandom After Dark this Thursday, debut episode of the MCFU podcast. Follow us on Facebook, on TikTok, Twitch. We're gonna be twitching stuff. We'll be twitching your twatching and all that stuff. I'm currently live streaming on the TikTokers.
Whoa!
I know, we're all cool. All right,
good news, everyone.
It's compensatory.
Amen. He appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Cause you love in London and Paris and Tokyo.
All right. I will end it now. Oh, here's our new outro, guys.
We are the Knights